Hey guys, so I just read this kind of interesting article here on the Wall Street Journal that was talking a little bit about the future of what Google is going to do with their business and how they're going to market new Nexus devices and what kind of version of Android they're going to run and everything. And there is some pretty interesting things this article was saying. That first, Google is going to make a shift to, instead of working with only one mobile device maker every year to create a Nexus smartphone. If you don't know what Nexus smartphone is, that's basically the leading device that's running the pure latest version of Android, and it's the stock experience. We have like 3 Nexus smartphones out right now. The first one was the Nexus One, when Google was working together with HTC to create that device and launch it out on the market. Then they started to work with Samsung, that mobile device maker, and created a Nexus S. And then this year they created the Galaxy Nexus, also working together with that mobile device manufacturer Samsung to create that Galaxy Nexus. And it seems like right now that they can make a shift here, and that they, instead of just working with one mobile manufacturer every single year, that they are going to go and work with many. Okay, so instead of just going with one, going with the multiple, so they could get out the latest version of Android faster. And I mean, if they're working together more with a lot of different companies, many of these big companies like HTC, Asus, Samsung, LG, Sony, and I mean all of those companies, if they work together a lot more with them to release the latest version of Android, then I mean everyone will be happy. Okay, everyone all want the latest version of Android, and it's been taking some time here to get the updates out. I mean, it shouldn't really have to take almost half a year to get a new version of Android out to just 5% of the devices. It seems like only 5% of the Android smartphones right now is running on the latest Android 4.0, and we already saw Android 4.0 last year in November. So yeah, that do kind of sucks. So what kind of mobile device manufacturer is Google going to work with? And when are we gonna see these new like Nexus devices, a new portfolio of Nexus devices? Well, it seems like that could happen around Thanksgiving this year, and I think that's around November. First of all, we've been getting these rumors that Asus is going to create a Nexus tablet for Google, because we do know that Google currently doesn't have a Nexus tablet. They only have Nexus smartphones, but we're seeing Asus create some pretty amazing stuff here. They've been doing pretty good with their Asus Transformer Prime, and they really did pick up. It was the first quad-core Android tablet, and it really is an amazing tablet. Okay, it really is an amazing tablet, and Google really needs to try to get up more Android tablet sales to get up there with how many that Apple could sell. I think that one of the problems and why Android isn't selling tabs as well as Apple is doing is because tablet is one of those things that is more a little bit of like a fun thing. I mean, a phone is something that you really have to use, or I mean, a phone is something that everyone is buying just because. I mean, a phone is something that you use a lot. I mean, a tablet is a little bit more like, why would I use this? And Apple's really good at marketing, like oh, you need this tablet because you can connect it with all of your other iMacs and everything. They're very good at marketing their stuff and make it interesting and stuff. And those Android manufacturers and everything that have their tabs out right now, first of all, the performance has been kind of sluggish, but right now Tegra 3 it's getting better, but they aren't as good at marketing their stuff there with the tablets. So it's been going kind of slow over there. And am I using my tablets? No, I'm not currently using my iPad or my Transformer Prime, but I mean it's interesting. So do I think that Google's gonna work? I think that Google's gonna work with more companies at least to let's say that we're gonna get these like Nexus tablets from like Asus, and then maybe that they're gonna definitely continue to work with Samsung, but then they also may start to work with HTC or something like that. But if they would start to work with everyone, like 5 different companies. I don't really think that we're gonna see like 5 different variants, 5 different new Nexus phones coming out in November, but of course that would be cool with Android 5.0 Jelly Bean, that's the code name of it, but I definitely don't think that we're gonna see that. But one thing that we're definitely also gonna see is that we're gonna see Google start to sell more unlocked devices, more unlocked Android devices on their like Google Play page. We saw the Galaxy Nexus popping up there, and one thing that's good with unlocked smartphones is that you don't have you can buy a phone. This is not something that you usually see that much in the States because you have your carriers to control everything. So when you buy an unlocked device, you can basically connect it to you don't get it with the wireless contract, so you can basically purchase a SIM card and use it with multiple carriers. That is freedom, that is nice, but of course it's going to bump up the price of the device like 100, 200 bucks. This is something that we use a lot in Europe. I mean, we mostly use by phone, and then you can pick a carrier and everything. It's cool. Like 99% of all my iPhones that I buy is of course unlocked because that's the good thing, you know. And also one good thing here is that if Google's gonna pull this off, then of course carrier will have less control over the phone, because right now in the States we have these weird things like Verizon and everything. They can block certain apps. Like I think they're blocking the Google Wallet app on the Galaxy Nexus, and I mean that's just random things that you don't want. I mean you want to have full control over your own Android smartphone. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what's going to happen, but I would definitely welcome a new portfolio of Galaxy, or I mean not just Galaxy, but new Nexus tablets and smartphones. I want to see a ton of those coming out here with latest Android 5.0 in November, this Thanksgiving. Yes, have a good day everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video or something, I'm sure. Bye.